Hello, and welcome back to Taya's YouTube. A hearty welcome also to all my new subscribers. My numbers are climbing daily, and that's very gratifying. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last video. It's been a few days. I've been struggling to get over pneumonia. Started out as a cold, probably got it from my grandkids, but it's been a long haul. In the meantime, I've done a few small things on the diorama. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess right now. I've got all the levels stacked up here, but that's because I've started gathering together all the houses. I've also added holes to the mountainous backdrop to allow for the cords to go down into the back of the backdrop, down below to the power outlet. And these power bars are here. And that's going to supply the power for all the houses that are sitting on the levels. I've also built a number of staircases, and that will be to allow access from one level to the other, and from the second level to the actual base. We're going to organize it, we're going to keep going, and we're going to show you what the next steps are. In the meantime, and we'll get started and get this process going, because if we keep going at this speed, it's not going to be done before Christmas, which is not the idea. So stay tuned. So as you can see, I've gone into my storage area and I've started unpacking all my ceramic houses and restaurants and bookstores and so on. This is only a fraction of what I actually have. I need to go back for another trip to my storage area and bring back some more. These houses are all numbered. In the past, I have taken each house and put a number on them. And when I decide where they will go on the diorama, I will put the number on the diorama, and that way I don't just plunk the houses down, it's all organized in a specific way. Well, the train track now has a train bed, which was a little tricky because of all the bends and bows in the track. The train bed is there to absorb any sparks or any friction that may occur if the track is just simply on the styrofoam. I built a little bit of a level here to make the train go up, and the purpose for that is so that we have a place to put the cords for the houses that are on the center of the base. So we can put houses and lit items here in the center, and it will go back to the power supply. I've also come across a new adhesive. This adhesive was sent to me by the hot wire foam factory, and it is wonderful adhesive. I had the LePage's industrial adhesive, or the construction adhesive for foam use, but I found that after it dried, it would separate, the pieces would separate, and I could not keep them together. But this hot wire foam factory foam fusion adhesive really works. It's a top-notch product. I can't recommend it highly enough. I put the entire raised pieces together with this adhesive. I put the track bed on the styrofoam with the adhesive, and it's solid. There's no way it's going to come apart. I'm going to actually take the levels now, reposition them on the diorama, and glue them all down. I've also used the adhesive where the walls were starting to come apart. They were separating from the styrofoam pieces, and I glued them with the foam factory adhesive, and it's staying, and I'm quite thrilled about that. So today I'm going to start out by working on my stairs, and all I did was glue some styrofoam pieces together with the foam glue that I had explained earlier, and then I'm going to put some carving marks into the stairs to make it look like it's made out of cobblestone. This is one that's been done, and it looks like now it's completely made of cobblestone. And what I need to do is I need to paint this so that it resembles cobblestone when it's finished. and I use the Hot Wire Foam Factory carving tool for that. It doesn't get as hot as the knife, as the 3-inch knife or the 4-inch knife. It's a little bit cooler, so it's better to do carving with this. And it's nice for cobblestone right on your styrofoam foam. You can draw cobblestone pathways and so on. And it's also good for making stairs look like they're made out of bricks. The next step is to paint the entire staircase black. And the idea is to get the black in between the bricks. Later, when we go over the bricks with gray and other colors to make it look like cobblestones, the black cracks stay black. So there's a definite outline of the bricks. This can be a tedious chore, but should be done carefully. And methodically. Make sure that the black gets in between all the cracks. Some of these I dug a little bit too deep. Went a little heavy-handed with it, and the separations between bricks is quite pronounced. But you won't notice that when it's properly painted and installed. If you look up close, you can still see the white areas. You have to be careful to get all those white areas painted black. In between coats, you completely let it dry. If you don't let it dry, then your colors will become muddy, and you don't want that. So I'll continue with this until I have all 4 staircases painted, and we'll go from there. And then I'll show you, once it's dry, I'll show you the other layers of color to put on top. So as you can see, all 4 of the staircases have been painted black. I've already done the airbrushing off the gray onto 2 of them. I wanted to test it out before I showed you, so I will show you now what it is I did. I tried the glitter glue, which I thought might look pretty, but it doesn't work properly on the black. So I'm just going with the matte gray. This is Craft Smart. It's not the same as the Apple Barrel, but it's just purchased in a different store. It's probably the same paints. So a little bit of gray, and I'll airbrush it on with one of my whisk brushes. So I will put the paint on the brush, and then take most of it off and simply whisk it on. Very gently. Not really concentrated paint, simply a light brushing over. And I quite like the look that it comes up with. I need my glasses for this work. It's similar to the other process that I did with the tunnels and the walls of the tunnels, where I simply used black magic marker to mark the lines on, and then painted it gray and blotted the paint off. However, this is a little bit more authentic looking, I find. This looks a little bit more realistic. Both systems, both processes are good. I guess it depends on how much time you have and whether painting is something that you enjoy doing. Usually I'm a little rushed for time because the project is so large. It seems a waste of time sometimes to spend the time on making a set of stairs look authentic. I do like that though. One last set. Right away, I think you can see how good it looks. Any small brush will do, but I really like the whisk brush. Don't need to cover it completely. Just a light brushing will do the trick. I look at these stairs and I see how crooked they are. I don't know that I'd want to walk down these stairs. Stairs like this make me nervous. But once I have them installed, you won't notice it. Now afterwards, when I'm off camera, I will actually add a little bit of white, very light brushing of white over it, just to add a little bit of perspective. This is actually my favorite step of the whole process. What I'm planning to do now is place all the porcelain houses and buildings on the diorama. The reason for this is, although I have to take them all off again, the reason for this is to plan out the electrical, to make sure that there's a light for every building that goes on the diorama and identify where the lights need to go. Some of these houses have lights on the bottom, have the access for the light on the bottom, and some of them have it on the back of the buildings. Let me see if I can find one with, such as this one has a light in the back. So I have to make sure that the light is accessible to the building, and I will identify which ones go to the back and which ones go to the bottom. There's a little bit of planning involved in how everything is going to be put together, and I will show you how I do that. First of all, I know that in the center I'm going to be having the ice rink here, simply because there's a big space here and there's enough room. And usually by the ice rink I have the picnic gazebo. It's quite a heavy piece. It's not lit, there's no access for lighting. However, I normally string the little tiny lights around it so that it's quite festive looking. And I will put that in this corner here. After I have the lighting all planned, I'm planning to put a barrier here between this level and this level to hide the train from sight. In the wall that I'm building there, the styrofoam wall, I will be putting portals in, so you can see the train going through the portals from one to the next until it gets to the tunnel. I have seen that in some dioramas and I really like the look. The reason I'm going to do it that way is because I also need to put in here a bridge between this level and this level. And the reason I need a bridge is because I still have a trolley that goes back and forth. That will give the access of the people who live on this side to this side and vice versa. So, let's start thinking about where to place everything. First of all, we need an area for a school. I have a little school, little country school here, and I have children figurines playing, and I normally put them around the school. So I need a place for a fair bit of space. And so I think I'll place the school here. That will give me that much space for the children to play. And then I have the train station for the trolley. Because the train doesn't stop and the trolley does, I'm going to place the train station on this side. I still need to glue these levels down because they won't hold the buildings if I don't glue them down. Then I have two churches, and I typically place one church on one side and another church on the other side. And because this side will be having the most of the buildings, and it's a little larger than the other side, I'll place the church there, and I'll place the cathedral over here. This is not to say this is final. I have lots of times changed my mind. I have a art gallery here. We'll put the art gallery on this level here. I have a couple of snowy houses. We'll put them down below. Another snowy house, a little more sophisticated house. We'll put that right over here. Toy shop and shoemaker. We have a, I've got my glasses on, can't read that. And several other buildings. We have restaurants, we have cafes, we have a, that's a cafe. Where can I put the cafe? We'll put the cafe by the, actually, by the art gallery. I have a little mill that needs to be close to the water access, and so on. We'll go on with the planning, and once I have all the houses on here and I have them decided where I've put them all, then I will come back and show you. So here's a first look at how things have been planned out. I'll give you some idea as to the final look of the entire village. There's a lot of things that are going to change, but I do think that I've decided more or less to keep all these houses in this position, and the staircases will actually be built into the platform behind it. There'll be roadways and fences and people and trees. And the ice rink, of course. So the next part of this process is to mark down where I put the houses. Provided that I'm absolutely sure this is where I want everything, and I think I am at this point, I will mark down on the styrofoam the number of the house that I've got where it's located. So for instance, this little house is number 11, so I will put 11 on the styrofoam. And if the axis is at the back, I will also notice with a B that the light has to go into the back. Number 6. And so on. Number 12. Number 19. So the only time I will make a note of it, if the hole is at the back, I will make a note of it. Number 20. And so on. I'll do the entire thing, and then take all the houses off, and start punching holes into the styrofoam for the lights. Okay, so I've taken all the houses off. I've marked all the houses' numbers on the styrofoam, and now we're going to do the fun thing. Going to drill some holes into the levels. We're not going to drill the holes into the base. Those wires will just be snaking along the bottom. But let's get started. This one says station, back. So I have to drill the hole a little bit to the back. Done. Number 30. I should probably dig the plug out each time. It does make a little bit of a mess, but the speediness makes up for it. I can see I'm going to need my vacuum cleaner. This one is a back, so I have to do the hole a little bit further to the back. There we go. 6 houses on this board. So before I go any farther, I'm going to clean up. I am a little bit obsessed when it comes to styrofoam mess. And as you can see, it leaves a mess. That was fun. So I think that's it for today. This video has gotten quite long. I've showed you a number of things that I accomplished today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps my algorithm. And I'd like to wish you peace and blessings. Goodbye.